Hi everybody, this is Cheryl and welcome to my sewing room. I'm going to demonstrate a really fast way to truly make a last minute table runner. You just found out everybody's coming to your house for Thanksgiving, or they're coming to your house for Christmas, or you're throwing any kind of party at the last minute and you want to cover up those marks on your table with something really pretty. So this is the project for you. First of all, you need to look at your table. This white part here is your table. Decide how long you want this table runner to be and how wide. I would not recommend you make your table runner any narrower than 12 inches wide. So once you've determined the length and the width, you're going to add 1 inch for seam allowance to the width and 1 inch to the length. You'll need to purchase the following fabric. Of course, you'll need fabric for the front and then fabric for the back. I usually use plain fabric on the back, and then I use heavy iron-on interfacing, but you can use a lighter weight interfacing if you like. So cut all 3 pieces out, the measurements that you want your table runner to be. Now, how you layer your fabrics. First of all, you need to lay your interfacing down first with the glue side facing up. Then take the back side of the fabric for the top of the table runner, bring that back side against the glue side of the interfacing. Then take your fabric for the back and lay it on top. Now, if there's a print on your fabric that's for the back, lay that print side down on top. If there is no difference between the front and the back, then it doesn't really matter at that point. Then you're going to pin all of the edges all the way around all 4 sides. Now, when you're pinning, you need to leave an opening that you are not going to stitch over. So you're going to stitch 1/2 inch seam. So that you know where to start and stop stitching, I usually put 2 pins where I want to stop. So here's my opening. Make sure this opening is larger than the width of your hand, because you're going to have to reach in and pull that table runner front side out. So over here's where I'm going to start stitching. So stitch back and forth a few times. As you come down to the corner and you're 1/2 inch away from the edge of your fabric, leave your needle down, lift up your presser foot, turn the table runner, lower the presser foot, and continue stitching. Now do that at all 4 corners. When you get around to here to the 2 pins, that's where you're going to stop. Stitch back and forth a few times there. Before you turn the table runner front side out, you need to trim some of this fabric off at the corners. You're going to leave about 1/8 of an inch of fabric extending out past your stitch line. Now I'm using a rotary cutter, but you can use scissors if you like. If you are using a rotary cutter, make sure you keep your fingers out of the way. So I'm going to cut across a diagonal like this, and then I'm going to cut some of it off just on the side of the corner and go out like that. And then, let me turn this a little bit more, I'm going to come in and trim some off at this side. So do this at all 4 corners. After you have trimmed all 4 corners, you're going to reach in between the fabric for the back of the table runner and the fabric for the front. Reach inside and begin turning the table runner front side out. After you have turned it front side out, I usually reach back inside and push these corners out. If you're still having a problem getting the corners to come out, sometimes if you just stick a straight pin in there and gently tug on it, it usually will come out much easier. To close up your opening, turn your edges in 1/2 inch and then pin it closed. After you've pinned your opening closed, then continue placing a few pins along all of the edges to flatten them out. After you've got your edges all pinned, you want to do this next step at your ironing board. Usually you do the fusing of the interfacing to your fabric before you do anything else. But I like doing it at the end. I find it much easier and I get much better results. So before I begin the actual fusing, I just quickly go over all of the edges to get them nice and flat. Then remove the pins all over. After you've got the pins removed, then take a plain cloth and lay it over this. And this is where the fusing process begins. I usually keep a spray bottle of water at my ironing board and I just dampen my plain cloth down really good. Then take your iron, a hot iron, and make sure it's a steam iron, and you hold it there for whatever your instructions say. It may say 8 to 10 seconds or maybe a little more. And then you would just lift it up and hold it down again and continue that process until you go all the way down the runner. The very last step is to do a little stitch around the edges, and I come in about 1/8 of an inch from this edge here and stitch. And you want to do this all the way around all 4 sides. Well, I've just finished mine in about an hour or a little less. It was really easy, it's a custom fit, and it looks great on my dining room table. At the end of this video are links that will take you to other table runners that you can make like these. Now, if you like this video, click on thumbs up and then click on share to share this video with your friends. And if you haven't subscribed yet, then click on that red button down there in the lower right hand corner. Enter your email address and click on the little bell so you receive future email notifications about my latest videos. I'm Cheryl. So glad you came to my sewing room. See you next time. Bye for now, and don't forget, happy sewing!